Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. What if the next quarter you pull from your pocket is worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Today, we're revealing 5 incredible Washington quarters from 1988 P to 1997 P that collectors are paying big money to own. These coins may look ordinary, but rare mint errors and high-grade examples make them absolute hidden treasures. So grab your coin jars, check your pocket change, and let's find out if you're holding a valuable quarter worth a fortune. 1988 P. George Washington Quarter Dollar Coin. The 1988 P. George Washington Quarter might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance. Just another piece of late 20th century pocket change struck in Philadelphia. But beneath that everyday appearance lies a fascinating combination of minting history, subtle varieties, and collector-driven demand that can push certain examples far beyond face value. This coin belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter series, originally introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, and by 1988 the design had already become one of the most recognizable in American coinage. By this time, the coin was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, consisting of a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper and nickel, giving it that familiar silvery appearance while maintaining durability for circulation. The obverse still featured the classic left-facing portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan, with the inscriptions Liberty above, In God We Trust to the left, and the date 1988 positioned on the right side. The reverse retained the iconic eagle design, wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing both strength and peace, with United States of America and quarter dollar framing the design. Now here's where things begin to get interesting. The Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail, produced a massive number of these coins in 1988, with a mintage exceeding 596 million pieces. That's an enormous figure, which normally would suggest very low individual value. However, as any seasoned collector knows, high mintage does not eliminate the possibility of rarity. Instead, it shifts the focus toward condition, strike quality, and mint errors. In circulated condition, most 1988 P quarters are still worth only their face value, and millions continue to pass through hands unnoticed. But once you move into uncirculated territory, particularly coins graded MS65 and above, the value starts to climb. At MS65, a typical example might sell for a few dollars, but at MS67, prices can jump significantly, often reaching $40 to $100 depending on eye appeal and luster. At the very top end, coins graded MS67 Plus or MS68, which are exceptionally rare due to the difficulty of preserving modern coins in pristine condition, have been known to sell for several $100s, sometimes even approaching the $1,000 range in strong auction environments. One major reason for this sharp increase in value at higher grades is the quality control and production realities of the late 1980s. While the mint was producing coins in massive quantities, they were not necessarily prioritizing the kind of precision that would produce large numbers of flawless examples. As a result, coins with strong strikes, clean fields, and minimal contact marks are much scarcer than the mintage number might suggest. Beyond condition, error coins are where the 1988 P quarter truly shines in the numismatic world. Collectors actively search for off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, sometimes dramatically so. These errors can range from minor shifts to extreme examples where part of the design is missing, and depending on severity, values can range from $50 to several $100s. Another highly sought-after category includes double die errors. While not as prominent as some earlier decades, subtle doubling in the lettering or design elements can still occur, and specialists are always examining coins under magnification to identify these variations. When confirmed and certified, these double dies can command premiums well above standard examples. Clipped planchets are another fascinating error type associated with this era. These occur when the metal blank is improperly cut before striking, resulting in a curved bite missing from the coin. A 1988 P quarter with a noticeable clip can easily sell for $75 to $200 depending on size and overall condition. Then there are strike-through errors, where foreign materials such as grease or debris interferes with the die during the striking process, leaving unusual textures or missing details on the coin's surface. These errors often create a unique fingerprint-like appearance, making each piece one of a kind, and collectors value them for their distinctiveness. Collector interest in the 1988 P quarter has grown steadily over time, particularly as more people begin to realize that modern coins can hold significant value when preserved in high grade or when featuring unusual characteristics. The accessibility of coin grading services and online marketplaces has also contributed to this rise, allowing collectors to identify, certify, and trade these coins more efficiently than ever before. What makes this coin especially appealing is that it sits at the intersection of affordability and potential. Unlike older, rare coins that may require substantial investment, the 1988 P quarter can still be found in circulation or purchased inexpensively in bulk, giving collectors the thrill of discovery without a high barrier to entry. And that's the key factor driving its popularity. It's not just about the coin itself, but the hunt. The possibility that a seemingly ordinary quarter could turn out to be a high-grade rarity or a valuable error keeps collectors searching rolls, checking change, and studying every detail under magnification. The 1995 D. George Washington quarter represents a powerful example of how modern coins, despite massive production numbers, can still hold real collector value when examined closely. Struck at the Denver Mint and marked with a D mint mark on the obverse, this coin continues the long-standing Washington quarter design that had defined American coinage for decades leading up to the state quarters era. The obverse features the iconic portrait of George Washington, facing left, originally designed by John Flanagan. Above his head is Liberty, while I in God We Trust appears to the left, and the date 1995 is positioned to the right. The reverse displays the heraldic eagle with wings fully extended, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing the nation's readiness for defense and commitment to peace. United States of America arches above the eagle, with $quarter below. By 1995, the coin was struck in the standard copper-nickel clad composition, consisting of a pure copper core layered between nickel-copper outer surfaces. This composition had been in use since 1965, and while durable, it often resulted in coins that were prone to surface marks and inconsistent strikes, especially when produced in high volumes. The Denver Mint produced approximately 1.25 billion quarters in 1995, an enormous mintage that would suggest the coin is extremely common. And in circulated condition, that assumption is accurate. Most 1995 D quarters found in pocket change show wear, dull surfaces, and reduced detail, making them worth only their face value. However, the real story begins when you examine uncirculated examples. High-grade coins from this year are surprisingly difficult to find. Despite the large mintage, the majority of coins were not preserved in pristine condition. Many were stored in bags that caused contact marks, or they entered circulation quickly, reducing the number of coins that could achieve top grades. Coins graded MS-65 are relatively common and may sell for a few dollars. But as you move into MS-66 and MS-67, the population decreases significantly. MS-67 examples can command prices ranging from $75 to $150 depending on luster, strike quality, and overall eye appeal. At the highest grades, MS-67 Plus and MS-68, the rarity becomes extreme. These coins are exceptionally difficult to find due to the mint's production methods and the handling of coins after striking. When such coins appear at auction, they can sell for several $100s, sometimes approaching or exceeding $1,000, especially if they are certified by major grading services. Strike quality plays a major role in determining value. Many 1995 D quarters exhibit weak details, particularly in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Coins with strong, sharp strikes are far more desirable and command higher premiums. Luster is equally important, with collectors seeking coins that display bright, original mint brilliance with minimal contact marks. Error coins are where the 1995 D quarter becomes especially exciting for collectors. Off-center strikes are among the most dramatic and visually appealing errors. These occur when the coin blank is misaligned during striking, resulting in a portion of the design being missing. Depending on the severity, These coins can sell for $100 to $300 or more. Double die errors are another area of interest. While not extremely common for this year, subtle doubling can be found in the lettering or design elements. Collectors often use magnification to identify these variations, and confirmed examples can command strong premiums. Die cracks and cuds are also frequently observed. These occur when the die begins to deteriorate, creating raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface. Larger, more pronounced cuds can be particularly valuable and are highly sought after by error collectors. Clipped planchet errors add another layer of intrigue. These occur when the metal blank is improperly cut, leaving a curved section missing from the coin. Depending on the size and condition of the clip, these coins can be worth $50 to $200 or more. Strike-through errors, where debris interferes with the minting process, can create unique textures or missing details on the coin's surface. These errors are highly individual, making each piece unique and desirable. Collector interest in the 1995 D quarter has grown steadily as more people begin to appreciate the potential of modern coins. The combination of high mintage, condition rarity, and the possibility of valuable errors makes this coin an attractive target for collectors. What makes this coin particularly appealing is its accessibility. It can still be found in circulation, coin rolls, and old collections, giving collectors the opportunity to search for valuable examples without a large investment. This treasure hunting aspect keeps the hobby engaging and rewarding. 1995 P. George Washington Quarter Dollar Coin. Moving forward to the 1995 P. George Washington Quarter, we enter another chapter of modern coinage that at first glance appears completely ordinary, yet holds surprising depth when examined through the lens of numismatics. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint once again, this coin continues the long-standing Washington quarter design, maintaining the same portrait and eagle reverse that had defined the series for decades prior to the introduction of the state quarters program in 1999. In 1995, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 1 billion quarters, an even larger mintage than 1988, reinforcing the idea that this is a common coin. But as with the 1988 P, the story doesn't end with mintage figures. Instead, it begins there, setting the stage for collectors to focus on the finer details that separate ordinary coins from valuable ones. The design elements remain consistent, with Washington's profile dominating the obverse and the heraldic eagle commanding the reverse. However, the quality of strikes during this period varied widely, and many coins exhibit weak details, particularly in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. This inconsistency plays a major role in determining value at higher grades. In circulated condition, the 1995 P quarter is almost always worth face value. But uncirculated coins, especially those preserved in mint sets or carefully stored collections, begin to show their potential. At MS-65, values are modest, typically in the range of $2 to $5. But as you move into MS-67 territory, prices can rise to $50 or more. At the highest grades, MS-67 Plus and MS-68, the rarity becomes significant. These coins are extremely difficult to find due to the prevalence of contact marks and strike issues in mass-produced coins. As a result, top-grade examples have sold for several $100s, with some reaching close to $1,000 depending on certification and market demand. Error coins once again play a crucial role in elevating the 1995 P quarter status among collectors. One of the most notable types is the off-center strike, similar to the 1988 P, where the design is misaligned. These errors are visually striking and highly collectible, often selling for $100 to $300 depending on severity. Double die varieties are another area of interest. While major doubling is rare for this year, minor doubling can still be found in inscriptions such as Liberty or I in God We Trust. Collectors equipped with magnification tools often spend hours examining coins for these subtle differences, and confirmed examples can command strong premiums. Die cracks and cut errors are also frequently observed in 1995 P quarters. These occur when the die begins to deteriorate, resulting in raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface. While some may view these as imperfections, collectors often see them as unique identifiers, adding character and value to the coin. Clipped planchets and strike-through errors also appear in this year, providing additional opportunities for collectors to discover unusual and valuable pieces. Each error tells a story about the minting process, offering a glimpse into the complex machinery and human factors involved in coin production. What truly drives collector interest in the 1995 P quarter is the realization that modern coins are not as uniform as they seem. Beneath the surface lies a world of variation, where small differences can translate into significant value. This has led to a growing community of collectors who specialize in modern coinage, challenging the traditional focus on older coins. Another important factor is accessibility. Like the 1988 P, the 1995 P quarter can still be found in circulation, bankrolls, and coin jars, making it an ideal entry point for new collectors. The thrill of potentially finding a high-grade or error coin in everyday change adds an element of excitement that keeps people engaged. The market for these coins has also benefited from increased awareness through online platforms, auctions, and social media, where collectors share discoveries and educate others about what to look for. This collective knowledge has helped elevate the status of coins like the 1995 P, turning them from overlooked currency into sought-after collectibles. In the end, both the 1988 P and 1995 P George Washington quarters represent more than just their face value. They are examples of how modern coinage can offer hidden opportunities for those willing to look closely, learn the details, and appreciate the nuances of minting and preservation. And that's what makes this journey so compelling. Every coin has a story, every detail matters, and sometimes, the most ordinary pieces hold the most extraordinary potential. 1997 D. George Washington Quarter Dollar Coin. The 1997 D. George Washington Quarter represents the final years of the classic Washington quarter design before the introduction of the state quarters program in 1999, making it part of a transitional period in U.S. coinage history. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin carries the same iconic design elements that had defined the series for decades, yet it holds unique characteristics that have captured the attention of collectors. On the obverse, George Washington's portrait remains the central focus, with liberty above, in God we trust to the left, and the date 1997 to the right. The D mint mark indicates its origin at the Denver Mint. The reverse continues to feature the heraldic eagle, a design that would soon be replaced by the diverse imagery of the State Quarters series, adding a layer of historical significance to coins from this era. The composition remains copper-nickel clad, consistent with post-1965 quarters. While this composition ensures durability, it also means that coins are prone to contact marks and wear, making high-grade examples particularly valuable. The mintage for the 1997 D quarter was approximately 762 million coins, once again suggesting a common coin. And like the 1987 D, most examples in circulation are worth only face value. However, the story changes dramatically when you consider condition and errors. High-grade 1997 D quarters are surprisingly scarce. Coins graded MS65 are relatively common and may sell for a few dollars. But as you move into MS66 and MS67, the population decreases significantly. MS67 examples can command prices ranging from $75 to $200, depending on eye appeal and market conditions. At the highest grades, MS67 Plus and MS68, the rarity becomes extreme. These coins are difficult to find due to the prevalence of contact marks and strike issues. When top-grade examples appear at auction, they can sell for several $100s, sometimes approaching or exceeding $1,000. Strike quality plays a major role in determining value. Many 1997 D quarters exhibit weak details, particularly in the eagle's feathers and Washington's hair. Coins with strong, sharp strikes are much more desirable and command higher premiums. Luster and surface quality are also critical factors, with collectors seeking coins that display original mint brilliance and minimal imperfections. Error coins are a major driver of interest in the 1997 D quarter. Off-center strikes are among the most dramatic, with values ranging from $100 to $300 depending on severity. Double die errors, while less common, are also highly sought after. Collectors carefully examine coins for signs of doubling in the lettering and design elements, and confirmed examples can fetch significant premiums. Die cracks and cuds are frequently observed in this year, adding another layer of variety for collectors. These errors provide insight into the wear and tear of minting equipment, and larger, more pronounced examples can be quite valuable. Ultimately, the 1986 D. George Washington quarter serves as a reminder that even the most common coins can hold hidden potential. With the right combination of condition, strike quality, and unique characteristics, a simple quarter can become a valuable addition to a collection. And as you continue exploring the world of coin collecting, remember that every coin has a story waiting to be uncovered. Sometimes, the most ordinary pieces are the ones that surprise you the most. 1997 P. George Washington Quarter Dollar Coin. The 1997 P. George Washington Quarter holds a unique place in American coinage history as one of the final years before the introduction of the state quarters program in 1999. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin represents the closing chapter of the classic Washington quarter design that had been in continuous use since 1932. The obverse features the familiar portrait of George Washington, with Liberty above, In God We Trust to the left, and the date 1997 to the right. The P. Mint mark indicates its origin at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse continues the heraldic eagle design, a symbol that would soon be replaced by a new era of state-themed imagery. The composition remains copper-nickel clad, consistent with post-1965 quarters. While durable, this composition often results in coins that are prone to contact marks and wear, making high-grade examples particularly valuable. The Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 1.05 billion quarters in 1997, another massive mintage that suggests the coin is common. And in circulated condition, most examples are indeed worth only face value. However, as with the 1995 D quarter, the real value lies in uncirculated and high-grade examples. Coins graded MS65 are relatively common and may sell for a few dollars. But as you move into MS66 and MS67, values increase significantly. MS67 examples can command prices ranging from $75 to $200, depending on eye appeal and strike quality. At the highest grades, MS67 Plus and MS68, the rarity becomes extreme. These coins are difficult to find due to the prevalence of contact marks and inconsistent strikes. When top-grade examples appear at auction, they can sell for several $100s, sometimes exceeding $1,000. Strike quality is a key factor in determining value. Many 1997 P quarters exhibit weak details, particularly in the eagle's feathers and Washington's hair. Coins with strong, sharp strikes are much more desirable and command higher premiums. Error coins are a major driver of interest in the 1997 P quarter. Off-center strikes are among the most visually striking errors, with values ranging from $100 to $300 depending on severity. Double die errors, while less common, are also highly sought after. Collectors carefully examine coins for signs of doubling in the lettering and design elements. Die cracks and cuds are frequently observed, adding another layer of variety. These errors occur when the die begins to deteriorate, resulting in raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin's surface. Larger cuds can be particularly valuable. Clipped planchets and strike-through errors also appear in this year, offering additional opportunities for collectors to discover unique and valuable pieces. Each error tells a story about the minting process, making these coins especially appealing. Collector interest in the 1997 P quarter is also driven by its historical significance. As one of the last years before the state quarters program, it represents the end of an era in American coinage. This adds an extra layer of appeal for collectors who appreciate the historical context. The accessibility of the 1997 P quarter makes it an ideal coin for collectors of all levels. It can still be found in circulation, bank rolls, and collections, providing opportunities for discovery and learning. The thrill of finding a high-grade example or a valuable error keeps collectors engaged. The market for modern coins has grown significantly in recent years, with increased awareness and access to grading services and online platforms. This has helped elevate the status of coins like the 1997 P quarter, transforming them from everyday currency into collectible items with real value. Together, the 1995 D and 1997 P. George Washington quarters demonstrate that even the most common coins can hold hidden potential. They remind us that value in coin collecting is not always obvious, and that careful observation, knowledge, and persistence can reveal treasures hidden in plain sight. And as you continue your journey through coin collecting, remember that every coin you encounter has a story waiting to be discovered, and sometimes that story is worth far more than you ever expected.